Are you taking off too close to the hurdle? Wait, is that a problem? It is, and I'm going to show you why. Let's check it out. When you're too close to the hurdle, it forces you to take a steep angle at it so that you don't hit your shins as you go up. It also means that you have to stay in the air too long and you end up landing too far on the other side. Whereas if you were to take off from farther back, you can go lower over the hurdle, which means less time in the air and quicker back up to running. So if we look at this video here of an athlete that sent me a video, he's pretty close to this hurdle, has to jump up pretty high, reaches the top of his jump on the back side of the hurdle or the downside of the hurdle. And so he ends up having to land very far away, as you can see here. It also means he has to wait a long time for gravity to pull him down. So it's slow. So here's another example of an athlete being too close to the hurdle. When he jumps up, he reaches the top of his jump about right here, either right on top of the hurdle or down on the other side, which means that he has to land very far away over here. Ideally, you take off farther, again, so that you don't have to go so high and come down faster on the other side. But in general, we're looking for about a 2-to-1 ratio between your takeoff distance in front of the hurdle and where you land on the other side of the hurdle. This is optimal to give you the quickest speed over the hurdle and back up to running. Here's an example of an athlete who's doing it right. Takes off from a really good distance from the hurdle, goes over the hurdle nice and low, and is able to touch down really quickly on the other side, which sets him in a good position and able to take off running to the next hurdle quicker. Okay, so you probably want to know how far should you be to take off properly. Frustratingly, it could range a lot. It could be anywhere from 6 to 8 feet, and in metric 1.8 to 2.4 meters. A lot of it has to do with your height, your speed, the length of your legs, everything. I've seen quite a different variation, but really it's going to be individual. And what you want is to make sure that you reach the top of your jump before the top of the hurdle and you're coming down or descending as you go over the hurdle versus ascending as you're going over the hurdle. That's what you need to work on. So if this is a problem for you, I suggest pulling back your start line. I would start with about 6 inches at first, see how that feels, and over time gradually spread it back in smaller increments until you feel comfortable. And definitely, like I said, to where you feel like you've reached the peak of your jump in front of the hurdle and now you're coming down on the hurdle. And you'll probably need to look at some video in order to determine that. And speaking of video, if you'd like me to check out yours, I've got a couple of options for you. At my website at acemethodcoaching.com, I have an ability to submit your video for a chance for me to review it. Or if you want to do it done right, I also have virtual coaching sessions where you could send me your video. I'll do a great job of analyzing it and giving you all kinds of feedback for you to improve. So that's it. I hope to help you in the future. In the meantime, Coach Ace out.